playoff hockey is back. And so are we. Let's look at my picks for round 1. First up, the Florida Panthers up against the Boston Bruins. After setting the most wins, and most points record, and winning the President's Trophy, the Bruins face last year's President's Trophy winner in the Panthers. Overall, Boston wins. The Panthers just don't match up with Boston the way they would have last year. Give me Bruins in 5. Up next, the Tampa Bay Lightning versus the Toronto Maple Leafs. A rematch from round 1 of last year. While Toronto has improved since last season's defeat, I still just cannot pick them to win a playoff series until they actually win one. A losing streak that dates back to 2004. So I'll go with my Lightning in 7 games once again. Next we have the New York Islanders and the Carolina Hurricanes. Trickier one to pick than most people think, but I still think Carolina wins. Sebastian Aho, Jordan Staal will lead Carolina over the top. Hurricanes in 6. Next up, the New York Rangers versus the New Jersey Devils. What an absolute intense series this is going to be. It always is when it's Rangers and Devils in playoff hockey. But who wins this time? Well, I think it'll be New Jersey. Rangers started off hot and fell off. New Jersey has kept their power up the whole season. This is a young and hungry Devils team that will be good for years to come. Devils in a tight 6 games. On to the Western Conference. The Seattle Kraken versus the Colorado Avalanche. The defending champion Avalanche look to defend their title, while the Kraken make a huge improvement from their first season. But Colorado should win without much problem. Seattle is up and coming. Colorado is top strong and fast for this young Kraken team to handle. Avalanche in 5. Now we have the Minnesota Wild versus the Dallas Stars. Am I the only one who thinks this won't be close? This is honestly an easy series in my opinion. Give me Dallas to sweep. The Wild to me are the definition of mid. And now have to face great goaltending in Jacket and Jerd. No contest. Stars in 4. Now we get the Winnipeg Jets versus the Vegas Golden Knights. Tricky series to pick if you ask me. These two are very competitive head-to-head. But overall I still say Vegas wins. Lauren Brose is proving more and more to be the real deal since Logan Thompson got injured in February. Now don't get me wrong. Connor Hellebuyck is a great goaltender too. But in a best of 7 Brose was of right now has the upper hand. Golden Knights in 6. And lastly, the Los Angeles Kings up against the Edmonton Oilers. I know a lot of people are riding high on the Oilers because of their red-hot streak. But this is the playoffs. A totally different beast. Anything can happen. But the Oilers still do win the series. It is tough to pick against Connor McDavid and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Doesn't mean they'll remain red-hot, even if they make a deep playoff run. And the Kings have the playoff experience to pull a serious upset. But I just do not see it happening. Oilers in 6. Think I'm crazy? Let me know your picks for round 1 below. We will be back here to preview round 2. Wow, what a crazy first round of hockey we have just seen. Going to be tough to predict round. First up, the Florida Panthers versus the Toronto Maple Leafs. Okay, raise your hand if you saw this coming. Put your hand down, you're lying. The Panthers do the unthinkable and upset the President's Trophy winning Bruins. And the Maple Leafs finally win a playoff series for the first time in 19 years. They beat my Tampa Bay Lightning fair and square. But, in terms of this series, Toronto wins. Do you really think Florida can make it past both Boston and Toronto if they are down 2 or 3 games? My answer is no. Maple Leafs make it to the conference final for the first time in 21 years. Now we have the New Jersey Devils and the Carolina Hurricanes. The Devils win a hard-fought series over the Rangers, and the Hurricanes avoid a possible collapse to the Islanders. I am actually going with New Jersey to get the upset here. A big team weakness for the Hurricanes is playing on the road. And this Devils team is nasty on both ends on the ice. Give me the Devils in another hard-fought series. New Jersey in 6. Next, the Edmonton Oilers versus the Vegas Golden Knights. Vegas handled the Jets in 5, and the Oilers overcome the Kings in 6. Trickier one to pick than most people think. But, I will say the Golden Knights prove why they were the best in the Pacific and take care of business in a home Game 7. Sure, it is tough to pick against Connor McDavid, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and Leon Draisaitl, but it is equally as tough to pick against what Vegas has been able to do no matter who is in net at go all tender. Give me the Golden Knights in a Game 7 at home. And lastly, the Seattle Kraken and the Dallas Stars. The Kraken win their first playoff series in franchise history in an upset of the defending champion Avalanche, and Dallas makes short work of the Wild. If Seattle gives Dallas a rough time like they did with Colorado, this could be a trickier series to pick than you think. But, I still think Dallas wins. In the end, good goaltending beating good shooting. Jake Oettinger is that type of goaltender. Give me the Stars in 6. Let me know what you think down below. As mentioned, we will be back to predict round 3. Another crazy round in the history books. And another round coming up. We head into round number 3. The conference final. The 2 best teams in each conference will battle for a spot in the Stanley Cup final in just a couple weeks. In the Eastern Conference, the Florida Panthers versus the Carolina Hurricanes. Well. The Panthers pull yet another upset. First Boston, now Toronto. Making last year's second-round sweep look more and more of a fluke. And speaking of flukes, the Hurricanes proved last year's Game 7 blowout to be a fluke too, and they have been unstoppable through 2 rounds. Which is why I had to think about this series for a really long time. But, after a long and hard thought, I am actually going with Florida to get yet another upset and keep their Cinderella going. Sure, Carolina can easily win this series. But these Panthers have 2012 Los Angeles Kings vibes to me. And, just like those Cinderella Kings, I think they make it to the Stanley Cup final. Give me Florida to make the Stanley Cup final for the first time since 1996. Now, in the Western Conference, the Dallas Stars versus the Vegas Golden Knights. The clock struck midnight on the Kraken Cinderella run, as Dallas handled them in 7. And the Golden Knights overpower the Oilers in 6. Tricky series to pick, but, I will go with Vegas to make a return to the Stanley Cup final. After Laurent Brossoit got hurt, Adin Hill has stepped up in goal for Vegas. And while Jake Oettinger is a great goalie for Dallas, he has been extremely hit and miss, and a hungry Vegas attack can handle on and off goaltending. Give me Vegas in 6. So there you have it. My 2023 Stanley Cup final prediction. The Florida Panthers versus the Vegas Golden Knights. Will it happen? Only time will tell. Let me know what you think down below. Only 2 hockey teams remain. Welcome to the preview of the 2023 Stanley Cup. The 1991 Minnesota North Stars. The 2003 Mighty Ducks of Anaheim. The 2006 Edmonton Oilers. The 2010 Philadelphia Flyers. The 2012 Los Angeles Kings. The 2017 Nashville Predators. The 2021 Montreal Canadiens. And now, the 2023 Florida Panthers. Coming back down 3-1 to the record-setting Bruins. Nearly sweeping the Maple Leafs. And sweeping the Hurricanes to make just their second Stanley Cup Finals team history. Guided by names like Alexander Barkov, Matthew Tkachuk, and Sergei Bobrovsky. Now, for their opponent. A team who missed the playoffs for the first time last season, has not only turned it around, but has been a dangerous threat no matter who is goaltender. Does not matter if it is Logan Thompson, Adin Hill, Laurent Brossoit, Jonathan Quick. No matter, the Vegas Golden Knights have made back to the Stanley Cup final for the first time since their inaugural 2017-18 season. After handling the Jets, overpowering the Oilers, and after nearly sweeping the Stars, beating them in 6. Not only has goaltending shown up, but great shooting like Jack Eichel, Jonathan Marchessault, William Karlsson, and Zach Whitecloud, has paved the way to another Western Conference championship. So now, after thinking long and hard about it, I have made my decision. And I think the clock strikes midnight on Florida's Cinderella. Sergei Bobrovsky is a good goaltender, but how many great shooting teams can Florida really handle? Sure, you got through Boston and Carolina, but Vegas is a completely different beast that not only can handle both Bruins and Hurricanes, but I think will overpower the Panthers as well. My pick is Vegas in 5. My Conn Smythe winner, Jack Eichel. Think I'm crazy? Let me know your predictions down below. The season is coming to its end. Congratulations to the Vegas Golden Knights and their fans on winning the 2023 Stanley Cup Championship, their first cup in franchise history. What an awesome NHL season we have seen. It will only be 4 months before we start it all again.